Hey, hey, hey. It's Shel Anderson from Shel's Creative Corner and Shel Anderson Designs. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I blog at shelscreativecorner.blogspot.com and I can be reached anytime by email at andersonshel@gmail.com. I'd like to welcome you here today for Stamp with Shel. We are going to have a play today with a fabulous stamp set, actually a bundle, called Flowering Blooms. And this is a distinctive stamp set, which means that the artist has already done some detail work in the stamp for you. So we're going to play with this today, and we're also going to be using the coordinating dies, the flowering dies. And we are going to also be using the Buffalo Check stamp set. We're going to make our own background paper. All right, so I have some embellishments for later. The colors that I've chosen for today's card are Whisper White, Purple Posy, and So Saffron. And I've already stamped my image in Memento Black ink. And we are going to color this. And first thing I'm going to do is cut off this greeting so that I don't ruin that, and set that aside. Now, somewhere here I have a silicone mat, and we will put that down so I have a nice coloring surface. And we are going to use Purple Posy, Granny Apple Green, no, not Purple Posy, Granny Apple Green and Pumpkin Pie for our flower today. And this is the dark Granny Apple Green. And I'm just going over these leaves. So that we get some green color on there. As you can see, there's not a lot that I can do here, because when you stamp in the black, a lot of the image goes black. So I'm just going to add some highlights here and there and color in the lighter areas of the leaves. All right, that looks pretty good for the green. And that was dark Granny Apple Green. Now I am going to color the entire flower in the light Pumpkin Pie to start with. And then I'm going to come back in with the dark Pumpkin Pie after I get this all colored. And we will add some shading. Kind of goofed there, went outside the lines a little bit. Hope you can't hear my neighbor's dog barking. The next door neighbor's dog is going crazy right now. Every time somebody walks down the sidewalk, it barks. All right. Now I am going to grab my color lifter and see if I can push this color that I goofed on back in. We'll just let that dry and see what happens. Now I'm going to come in with the dark pumpkin pie, and I'm going to use the bullet tip this time so I have more control. And in these darker areas, I am going to add some of the dark pumpkin pie down in close to the base of the flower is going to be the darkest. So I'm just kind of following along the artist's dark areas here to see what I can do to get some depth in here over and above what the artist has already done for us. And now I'm going to go back in with the light pumpkin pie and do just a titch of blending together. There, I'm happy with that. We've got some light and dark areas. So now I need to get my stitched shape dies. You just bear with me a moment. They are way over here somewhere on the other side of the room. So I am going to use a stitched not a rectangle, no. I'm going to use a stitched oval, or do I want a circle? No, I want an oval. I'm going to use a stitched oval there, and I'm going to take the next size up as well. And I'm going to need the dies for this flower as well. All right, let me get the big boss in here and we will do some die cutting. All right, turn it sideways and hopefully you will be able to see what I'm doing, right or wrong. So I've got my magnetic plate here and my flower, and I am going to die cut my greeting at the same time. Like so. I'll put our top plate on. Hopefully I'm not wiggling the camera too much. And we have those two pieces. Now we're going to do it one more time with a piece of purple posy. And we're just going to die cut this frame. I'm thinking I'm going to layer them up. I'm not sure yet, but I'm thinking. All right. All of this can go back out of the way. And now we get to do some stamping with our stamp apparatus. And I am going to use a little bit of temporary adhesive right there, because I'm going to be using a great big background stamp. That didn't work very well. Oh, it didn't come out. And with the background stamp, I can't use my magnet, right? So this is the buffalo check. Buffalo check. And I want this. That's straight. So that will mean that's straight. Just using the lines on my grid paper. And this time I'm going to use Highland Heather ink to ink this up, and we're going to stamp it down onto the purple posy. So it's going to give us a two-tone buffalo check. Now, because this is such a large stamp, we are going to have to stamp this multiple times. That's just how it is. It's a very, very large surface to try to evenly transfer. And as you can tell, each time we stamp it, we get a little deeper impression. All right, I'm happy with that. I'm going to peel that off, and we'll clean up our mess. And then we get to put this beautiful card together. I'll have to clean that afterwards on my scrub. We'll just set that aside for now. And we will bring in our bits and pieces. First off, I want to get these dies put back in their cases before they get lost. Holy, this one's stuck. All right. So that one goes in there. And now, where's my other one? There we go. My stitched shapes go in here. Okay, now we're good. So this is going to be our beautiful background. I'm going to take a pause for a moment. Think this through. I have this purple posy ribbon, which may very well get lost on here. Maybe not, but maybe. And then I have this gorgeous grape as well. So we may use either one of those, but it's not going to go around this first piece. So I am going to put this, whoa, there we go. I'm going to put this piece down flat on the front of our card. And just try to get even margins on all four sides. Something like that. All right, next up we have this piece. But I'm thinking that this might be nice with a little bit of texture on it. What do you think about that? How about I grab just a little bit of texture. I'm going to grab the Tasteful Textile, and I'm just off camera here. I'm going to run that through the Big Boss here, and we will have a look and see. I'm sure it's going to be nice, but if not, there's lots of cardstock on the shelf. All right, what am I doing wrong? Let's try this. There we go. Let's see what happens here. Oh, look at that. Check out all that gorgeous texture. I'm happy with that. So I am going to put lots of adhesive on here because this is heavily embossed and we want it to stick good. And I am going to put this right in the middle ish of this card. Something like that. All right. Just give that a little rub. Now I have this really pretty flower. It's just a little different. You know, I think we might need a little bit more. There's 2 roses on here. I am going to use this and a piece of scrap. I'm going to add to this. I know, I'm not supposed to be doing these things, but they come to me. As I'm making cards, things just come to me. And I'm going to level with you guys. I am loosely following a catalog sample, but I am kind of making it my own as well. I got the inspiration from the catalog sample. Now I need a Memento black ink once again. And I'm going to stamp these beautiful cabbage roses down here. I think that's what you call them. That's what my grandma always used to call them. Cabbage roses. All right. And I'll give that a clean real quickly. And put it back. Now I'm going to grab my Purple Posy Dark. And I am going to fill in these flowers. Have you ever seen a purple rose before? I can't say that I have. All right. Now I'm going to flip around to the bullet tip to see if I can get a little more darkness, and I can. And this is going to lighten up some when this alcohol dissipates anyway. All right. Now we'll go to the dark Granny Apple Green, just so that it coordinates with the other flowers. Right. Oops, I have an ink pad open here. That's not cool. Let's die cut this baby. And I'm going to take this off camera and die cut it. And I'll be right back. Here we go. All right. Flowers. Die back in the case. Put this out of sight. And now I have all my bits. Now, oh, I like that. Yep. I do. So I'm going to flip these over, and we are going to use dimensionals on the backs of the flowers. And maybe a mini, if I had one. That one's empty. Just a mini right there. All right, let's just lay this on here for a minute. And I was thinking I could tuck. Oh, that's not going to work very well, is it? All right, hang on. I have another idea. Don't know if it'll work, but it might. No, that's not going to work for sure. I'm going to see. And grab a Post-it note. And attach it to here. And then I'm going to put it in here and see if I can get it. Oh, look at that. I can. So this is going to make the entire piece much smaller. So I'll peel that off, do the same with this, and out of the center of this I am going to do the scallop. So, wow, that Post-it note stuck good. There we go. Okay, so now we have a much smaller greeting, and I am going to take the Highland Heather and a sponge. I'm just gonna ink around the edges. A little bit. See how that's going to make that pop a little bit? All right. So now I should be able to layer those two together and tuck it under, and it should fit. Yes, it will. So let's do that. Let's layer this. Boom. And let's just put that in place. And then I'm going to move this flower off to the side a little bit, like so. What do you think about that? I moved beyond words. All right, I'm going to glue this down flat. Oops, I still have Post-it note on here. Because I have to be able to see the words. sure. All right. Now we will put oh, I like that. We're going to take all of these dimensionals off. Or not the dimensionals. That would defeat the purpose. The backings, paper backings. All right, we're going to take that off. And we're going to go boom. And then I'm going to reach under here, pull off those ones, and boom. All right. Where is Miss Stella? We need some delicious glittery flowers. That pumpkin color is a really abnormal color for a flower, hey? I need some more glitter down here. Uh-oh. Sounds like we're running out. Okay, so far so good. You see all that gorgeous glitter on there? So now for embellishments. I pulled some, where are they? Somewhere under this pile of stuff. There they are, at the very bottom. I have these Playing with Patterns resin dots. And I think I'm going to use the yellow ones, because I think these ones would get lost. And I think the yellow ones will pop. So let's see what happens. I'll put one there. And I'll put one there. Go up one more size. And I'll put this one down here. That looks pretty sharp to me. Now, if we had a little bow, we just have to decide if we want to go with grape or if we want to stay with the purple posy. Let me have one more look in my drawer here. I don't think I have any other options in this color family. I'm thinking this is going to get lost, so we're going to go with the gorgeous grape. Give it a whirl, see what happens. I'm all thumbs today. All right. There we have a little bow. Let's trim these tails. Let's see if this is going to work. I think it might. What do you think if I just put that little bow there? I think that's going to work fine. Now, a glue dot or two, possibly two. I'm going to double it up. I'm going to put it, oops, tuck it under and pop it right on the stem. And there we have our gorgeous card with the Flowering Blooms bundle. And this is found on page 70 of the annual catalog. The stamp set alone is $29. The bundle is $63.75, which saves you 10%. And if you want to have a look, this card here was my inspiration, and I kind of did my own thing. I wanted to make the flower orange, and I went and added in the purple cabbage roses. I changed my bow up, and I added some texture to my banner here. Changed my tags. Used the same greeting, I guess, but I changed my tags. They used the story label punch here. I used the double oval. All right, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed this class, and I will see you all again soon. Thanks for stopping by. See ya.